Alright, turn 16 is Nehekhara, and we got big things going on diplomatically. So unfortunately, this turn, Ulthuan didn't do anything, or didn't, submit their finished turn, because they were communicating with me and was waiting for a response so they could move their troops accordingly. But I think we're in different time zones, because they sent me a message at like 5 a.m., and I didn't get around to responding to that till like this afternoon. But I will go more into that after we review these messages. So enchantment 2 is done. Looks like Lizardmen claim the Crystal Throne. Oh. Servant of Set is cast. Servants of Horus. Awaken Immortals. Zinch has announced that Berber, the Ungor Raider, is the prophet of Daka Daka. Right. And... great. Warrius, the Warrior King, was wounded. Let's see what he got. Shrunken. Okay. Shrunk his whole chariot. That's nifty. Hey, good job. Holy cow, look at these Servants of Horus. Got Reinvigoration 5. They look pretty cool. These spears have fire damage. I gotta give that to my boy. I mean, he's an avatar of Horus, Attack closest. Throw a few more immortals in there. As well as some sacreds. Here he is, Servant of Set. He's an assassin with Life Drain and Mind Blast. So I'm going to set him to fire and keep distance. Because, I mean, weapon length of Life Drain is 0, but Mind Blast I just want him to use. But he's also a spy. So let's get him here. Lizardmen. So let's check enchant 2. See what that gives. Flight, I guess, revive King. Not that I really need it. Let's set him back on Awaken Immortals. And a regular scout. I'm gonna head into Zinch territory. And make sure... drop that. Too much money. Get some chariots. And just spamming archers I think won't really work out for me. Servants of Horus are dope though. Get some bodyguards. Alright, so now that I've done all that I wanted to, I believe, let's talk about what's going on diplomatically. So, Ulthuan reached out to me. And he said, hey, what are we doing? What's going on? And they asked if I wanted to have beef with the Lizardmen. I didn't particularly want beef with the Lizardmen. I wanted beef with them. So I did what any good diplomat would do. I made an unreasonable demand so that he would say no, and then I could act like, he was, fucking me over or something, like he was the rude one. I just realized there are shamans here. It might be good for breaking into astral magic. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. So, yeah, more or less, I told Alt 1, hey, you want my help with the lizard men? You're going to have to give me this province 30 and this province 8 so I can establish a foothold and access their territory. Which, if I was in his shoes, I would say, no way, Jose. Like, I'm not going to give you my provinces. I'd maintain an aggressive stance since he expanded super aggressively. But then, much to my surprise, he said yes. As long as I was willing to give him compensation, I'm going to send you here actually, for the provinces. And I told him, like, I don't know what kind of compensation I could provide because I've got, like, no money because of all of my buried sorcerer's upkeep, is what I'm assuming. Because these archers, how much do they cost? Oh, come on. 8 gold a year. Like, that's dirt cheap. Chosen, 9 gold a year. Infinitely better. Chariot's 24. A little bit more, but ultimately, not that expensive. How about these guys? They're not 0 gold a year. Hey, I like that. Does he cost any money? Nope. None for him either. Perfect. Okay, so yeah, it looks like most of my money is because of these buried sorcerers. They're taking up the most of my income. So I am going to... Oh, looks like the Tomb King is a little expensive too, despite being... what's it called? Sacred. Sacred units don't usually have... Yeah, they were half the cost to maintain. But hey, we got our god. So yeah, I'm a little at an impasse what to do here. Because I made an unreasonable demand and Ulthwin said, sure thing. And I don't really want to go fight the lizardmen because, like, look at them. They're so out of my way. Like, I'd be pushing diagonally. I don't want to do that. I want to push, like, I'm not going to push west. The dwarves are super nice to me. I might want to push on Zinch. But I don't know. Chaos Warriors are tough. So I did come up with an alternative plan, which was to contact the lizardmen. And I did. They don't seem to be too talkative, but I'm going to ask them if... basically, I'm just going to spill the beans. I'm going to say, hey, Ulth1 wanted me to go to war with you. What are you offering in return? Like, to have me against them. Basically, I'm trying to, like, let the lizardmen know that, like, hey, I was offered, a bribe to go to this war. What can you provide instead? Or, like, can you offer more? And I wasn't really sure what to ask him yet, so I just didn't. But now that I'm looking at the map, I think I want to ask him for Province 42. It's going to have good income, and it's one of the farmlands that I wanted early game that I could not get. Because if I go to war with Ulth1 and they say, sure, you could take 42, then I'll take that, and then I'll try and take 5 from Ulth1 and get even more income. Yeah. I'm afraid Ulth1 is going to think I agreed to his proposal when all I really said was, hey, like, I'm not sure what I could pay you in. Like, that wasn't really an agreement. That was me kind of saying, I don't know. But, I mean, that's kind of his problem. Because he expanded super aggressively in this direction. Look at that. 1, 2, 3 jumps away from his capital. I've only got the cap circle. I gotta take borders. He's got nice farmland. If I can convince the lizard men that I'd join them for their piece of farmland, then it's a win-win in my book. But the lizard men seem kind of like they don't give a shit. So that might be hard to do. But I'm going to Alt-Tab and message them right now. I'm going to say... Alright, I'm gonna, you know, open up to this guy, quote unquote. I'm gonna say, to be honest, the High Elves are paying me to join their war against you. And then I'm going to say, if you wouldn't mind seeding... How do you spell that? A seed is like S-E-D, right? You wouldn't mind ceding control of 42 over to me, I will gladly assist you instead. I'm going to reword that to, if you wouldn't mind ceding control of 42 over to me as payment, I will gladly assist you instead. There we go. See, I'm playing both sides so that I always come out on top. But yep, so we're just gonna have to wait and to see what the lizardmen have to say about that. Like I said, they don't really seem like they care, so they might just say, "Nah, we're not interested in war," and they might just say, "Nah, forget it." And if that's the case, then I'm gonna shake hands with these high elves and say, you know, thanks for the territory. I'll pay you back. I assumed with gems would be the form of payment because I don't have gold. And then I'll push that corner where their farmland is and take some lizard land for myself. You know, if they don't want to pay me to join their side of the war, I will just take their stuff by force, and then it's their fault, really. Like I said, I'm playing both sides, so hopefully I come out on top. I highly doubt that the lizardmen and high elves will gang up on me, because for one, I got no land to take, and two, according to the lizardmen killed the high elves' pretender early on, and the high elves, I guess, are rightfully pissed about that. So there's no chance that they're going to work together. So I'm talking to both of them. I'm saying, what do you got to offer me to join this oncoming war? And I'll see what happens. I guess once the high elves come back online, like I said, with their time zone, they're on at like 5 a.m. I might be close to that. I'll stay up to like midnight or something. I'll hit them up and say, just want to say that the lizardmen made an offer to recruit me, despite the fact that they clearly haven't. Just to stir up some trouble and kind of make my stance known that, like, hey, like, you know, I will side with them unless you up the ante. I have to play this really careful, though, because if I ask for too much, they're just going to say, you know, like, fuck you, who do you think you are? You got no land, you can't do nothing. So I gotta be very delicate in this situation. And I hope it works out. And I guess we'll see if it works out in the next one. I'll see you then. Alrighty, Nehekhara turns 17, and we got big things happening. First things first, Enchantment 3 is done. Zaknin Steel Fist of Moneybags the Stingy's claim to throne. Berber the Ungor Raiders claim the throne. Awaken Immortals has been cast twice. Great. A Buried Sorcerer was wounded. Or do I event growth everywhere? So let's see this. Which sorcerer got wounded here? It's a Buried Sorcerer. Oh, here he is. Battle Fright. Eh. His morale's 30. I'll take it. So, I made this move last time. I changed it between last turn and this turn. Holy shit, look at all these forts. Because made a deal with the High Elves that I'm going to take 8 here, Province 8 and Province 30, and in return I will go to war with the Lizardmen for them. And Nagaron, the Dark Elves, are actually joining in as well. They're jumping on top of the war with the Lizardmen. I guess they want some juicy land, so I'm gonna hit here and then move in this way. Move my scout over here, see what I can find. Or maybe I'm gonna keep him here and have this one move in. So yeah, no, I have this guy. I'm crazy. You move here. I changed Servant of Set to go this way instead. So yeah, I'm gonna take this province. Ultuan was telling me he wants to attack in the next 2 to 3 turns. So I'm gonna move here and then here, and then I'll push upward. Make sure all these cool-ass immortals. I'm still a little unsure about taking the first Nehekhara Gamer King into battle, because as a pretender, he can never be blessed outside of his dominion. But they also, yeah, they only bless all troops in the battle when they're in their own dominion. But he is immortal, so it's not like I have to worry about it. You know, I don't think... I'm worried about losing him for good. But I guess I'll take Baki with him, as well as my Warrior King here, who is shrunken. Well, the Warrior King has Divine Bless, right? I don't need Baki. Any self-buffs I can give him? Maybe with Enchant 3. Astral Shield, Fire Shield. Whatever, with Enchantment 3 I do have Phrase Skeletons though, which is nice. Maybe I should... I'm gonna grab... let's see, 3 Buried Sorcerers here. Alright. 1 Sulfur Haze. Let's move the archers up. In case the Lizardmen have flying units. I'm going to... I guess I'll keep the Nehekhara and Gamer King in the back. But I want 1 Sulfur Haze guy to be here in the front. I want a 2nd Sulfur Haze, sort of the same. And then I want you to be in the middle here, spamming not Sulfur Haze, but Skeletons. Oh, he doesn't have enough death for that. Oopsie. Yeah, well, Sulfur Haze spammer, it is. I'm going to leave Thoth here to keep reanimating Immortals. Alright, yeah, that looks good to me. So ultimately, we're going to have... double line formation here. Line formation. I've got way too many chariots. I don't want to put them in a line. Or do I? No, because I want them to attack behind. So yeah, I'm going to try this. See if they can get through. We got Divine Bless on Warriors. I'm going to have Nehekhara Gamer can conserve gems. Just until I get into, like, I start seeing some Lizardman armies. Then I'll have him, actually, I don't think he needs fire gems. I don't have any good fire spells. Yeah, lesser fire elementals all they got, so let's not potentially waste gems here. I'll give him 6 death gems for, 6 uses of Tomb Swarm. Or whatever else. What else can I cost death gems? Something Lamash does. It's a horrific angelic being that serves the Lord of the Underworld, ethereal and capable of flight. Seemed decent, but I'm the Tomb King, so I want to summon Tomb Swarms. Let's just... Yeah, that should be good. And the rest I'll keep on research, and then I'll have Big Bird reconvene up north once he caps this. And once I cap that, I'm going to cast Dark Knowledge on it, just so I can get any more death sites, because I need those death gems. Maybe I should... recruit another Tomb King. I don't have the money, who am I kidding? Let's drop the chariots. Tomb Kings cost 500. Yeah, I need way more money. So it's time to start getting some land. Dwarves are chill. No word from Tzeentch, so I'm scouting out his territory. See if I can find... I mean, this river crossing kind of sucks for me. I'd have to push here and then down this way. But yeah. Yeah, that's that. I'm gonna have... he said about 6 PD on these provinces. Nothing big, but I gotta bring Big Bird over. Because he's kind of my smallest army at the moment, while he is an extremely strong super combatant. I don't want to, like, pull archers into there just to get them all massacred, because archers are apparently not as good as I thought they'd be. Maybe I can get some cool assassinations with this Servant of Set. Let's see, where are you on the battlefield? Stay back there. Alright, that's that. So, hopefully, this will be a fun little expedition next turn. See you then. Alright, here we are for turn 18 of Nehekhara. Dallas the Noble have claimed the Silver Throne. There was a battle here, though not a big problem. Entire village has been devoured by vine men. Great. Ugh. Let's get some units to deal with that. Some good province for gems too. Let me check the stats on these vinemen. Vine ogres, even better. They are all poison resistant, so I can't use that. Alright, so we're gonna move up here and then into 42. So it's only got 2 defense. Pfft, fool. Damn, he made a lot of forts, the High Elves. Have you heard of the High Elves? I'm gonna move up. So basically, to reiterate from last turn, Dark Elves and the High Elves have teamed up against the Lizardmen, and I'm in here too. I've been promised these two provinces, so I'm just taking them real quick. Actually, maybe I should have him go handle the Pine Ogres. But let's not forget to cast Dark Knowledge on it. Let's have you cast it, actually. Keep Awakening Immortals. Actually, let's just drop all these. High Priest do cost 280 gold, which sucks, but I'm going to save some money so I can try and build a fort on this area here. I'll have easy access to this throne, which I've agreed in this war that I will be taking. Look at this, they got 3 forts right here. How do they have so much money for that? Chaos, like, it costs extra to make forts for them. But, yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna send a Big Bird to take this. I'm gonna send my whole army here. We're gonna take this, and then we're gonna push the throne here. I'm guessing it doesn't look fortified. Let's go check it out. So yeah, we're gonna gang up on the Lizardmen, and honestly, it's a win-win for me because I get basically free territory while these guys, I'm assuming, do most of the heavy lifting. So, hey, I'll take it. And then the dwarves have been talking about potentially backstabbing, well, not backstabbing, but hitting the Dark Elves while they're occupied with this war. And they said I'm welcome to claim some land of my own, which I might, because I didn't make any sort of non-aggression pact with the Dark Elves. We're just on the same side of a war at the moment, you know? I signed a non-aggression pact with the High Elves, but not the Dark Elves. Any cool spells? Awaken a new bites, but it takes 2 earth, 2 death. Which, of course, only a Tomb King has. Wish these guys could awaken Immortals, but they're... Actually, they need 3 death, yeah. I was thinking maybe make them a Death Staff or something to boost their death up by 1, but they need 2 more death to cast that spell. Unfortunate. I'd love more Tomb Kings, but boy, are they expensive. Yeah, so that's that, and I'll see you soon for the next one, I guess. Alright, so back on the Nehekhara game, it's now turn 19. Ooh, found 2 magic sites. Awaken Immortals. Oof. Lost a buried. To what? They didn't have any kills. He just dropped dead. Was it the poison? Must have been. That's a shame. Got a Nagaron scout taken care of. Ooh. 2 death gems, 2 earth on this. Ooh, that's good. Also, kind of weird I found Bear Mountain when I cast Dark Knowledge. Or was this like already discovered beforehand? Yeah, it was already discovered beforehand. Hey, I'll take it. Let's clear this zone though. I'd love to have that back. And let me cast Dark Knowledge on this, my newest province. I just remembered there is. Alrighty. I'm hitting up right now the Dark Elves to let them know we are ready to attack. Oh, what do we got here? 2 enemy units. 5th generation Slans. Local defense of this province is quite well organized. Yeah, I think I should be able to handle that. This is going to be an easy take. Because he is not... Well, he might move over now, but it's going to be pointless. I'll wipe him out if he moves over. Just be safer for him to sit there and hide. Here are the... Oh, what the... Here are the Lizardmen's capital, and they push out to this bottom left here. Yeah, I could see why Ulthuan would be pissed. Maybe even Nagaron, a little too far east, huh? Looks like the Skaven, though, live up there. Always wanted to play Skaven. If there's another game up, even though I can barely manage the amounts that I have on right now, I'd still play another one as Skaven. I'm just curious how they play. Because they've all got stealth, you know? That seems like it'd be fun to do. So you got Saurus Cavalries. You know what? Maybe I should let... No, I'm not going to let High Elves know. I'm sure they have their own scouts, and plus, you know, the more damage they take, the less that costs me, you feel. Alright, so we're going to cap this. What do we got? The Crystal Throne. Earth. Astral Gems. Well, the Earth Gems, I guess, would be nice if I had more Earth Casters, besides the Tomb Kings themselves. Got 350. We're going to hit here. Big Bird. Slowly making his way back to the Moss Woods. Take it back from neutrals. If Zinch grabs it, I'm going to tell him to piss off. Keep going, try and find the war host. Oh, there's the Zinch war host. So yeah, this is a real tricky area because of the rivers. But, that's a worry for another time. Think I could assassinate? It's hard to say because I've only got 8 hit points for one. And I know these Slann are real, they're like innate casters, so he might cast a spell before I even get a shot off. I'm just going to instill an Uprising. Increased unrest so he can't recruit. Or at least I will try. Let's leave you here. Let's leave you there. And, might as well send it, right? Lizardmen, we hereby declare war on your unholy nation. I'm gonna say... give you a chance to purchase our support. That's a little too cocky. I just want minimal communication from them. So I'm just gonna say, wartime. Speaking of which, anyone alive? Good. What have the Lizardmen got? Baby monitor. So, yeah, 5th generation Slann have a ton of magic and an innate caster. Cost a shit ton too. 50 HP. Priest level 3. Yep, so I'm gonna wait till I hear. I'm gonna keep things how they are right now, like to move in. If I hear anything different from the High Elves or the Dark Elves, like, oh, we're not ready yet, then I'll just quick come back and cancel this move order. Then I probably won't, show that because it's gonna be like 1 second, so it's not worth it. But oh, speaking of one, let's put some PD on some of these places, just enough so a scout can't grab it, like an enemy scout. But all right, and that's it for this one. Alrighty, Nehekhara turned 20. We declared war on the lizard men. Oh, hold on. Alright, that was weird. It doesn't usually ask me for the password at that point. Declared war on the lizard men. Moved into their territory. I did talk with the High Elves and the Dark Elves. And the High Elves are going to move in this turn. They needed 2 turns because they had some bad events pop up or something. But they're going to move in just 1 turn after me, basically. And I believe the Dark Elves are going to do the same. So I'm the one that is casting the first move here. So Enchantment 4 is done. Dark Knowledge, no new magic sites. That's a shame. More Awakened Immortals. And then a battle in the Steppe of Wild Horses. Let's see here. Alright, well. Minimal PD. Just a single Skink War Chief. That's nothing. Ooh! Look at that rain arrows. Nehekhara and archers reign supreme. Not that I lose anyone. No. Okay, good. The forces that sleep deep have awakened to the call of the throne of Gaia. Oh, excellent. In Strongdale. Earth gnomes and earth elementals rose up. Oh, that's so cool, dude. Well, Big Bird, while you're here, grab as many buried in immortals as you can. But let's see. You guys have good defense skill. Could be better. I'd rather have, I think, the immortals in front. Because, I mean, they're immortal. You know what I mean? And let's send a DB caster with you. Since you've got some sacred units with you. Oh, cast spells. Probably just raised edge, right? Sorry, who was that? It was Nibtawi. Go with him. So, enchantment, what was that? 4 is done. I have Awakened Opshapti now. That might be fun to do, but I do want someone constantly awakening immortals. I have Twiceborn, which is kind of pointless. Flaming Arrows. Does I have anyone that could potentially cast that? I guess the Nekharan Gamer King. I should have set him Fire Gems. Alright, there's a battle in the Og Woods. Did he have the same thing? He did. Or maybe he was just moving there to fight a dumb event or something. Alright. I'm gonna grab this. For 1, to have more land. Oh, look, I've got 500. Should I leave someone behind? And I don't want to build a fort and then have him move this Slan over and just, like, kill someone, you know? So I'm going to take this and then this. And then I'll work on building a fort here. Can I recruit just a commander? Perfect. Or I could blow all my money on a Tomb King. Tempting, tempting, tempting. No, I'm going to go with fort, as I have very little land and I want to protect what very little land I have. You who cast Dark Knowledge, go back to research. 147 a month, so it might be a few months before I get Chant 5. But ultimately, we're going for Rigor Mortis. That would be an extremely strong spell. I'm not going to have it for this war, I don't think. I don't think the war is going to be that long. But Construction 4 will be nice, and then alteration, probably like 7 or something, because I want Phoenix Pyre and what else? Soul Vortex. This is going to be an excellent combination for my Tomb Kings. And maybe even some people on chariots. Nah, I guess just the Tomb Kings. Because nobody else really has fire besides the Buried Sorcerer, right? Yeah. He's going to keep awakening immortals, but what about Shabti? Summons 1 Ushabti. They're probably really strong, but I want to keep focusing on immortals for now. For obvious reasons. They are immortal. Where is Zinch's forces? Also, I think the man has too many forts. This could be a big problem. Especially because I don't know how he has that many forts. Like, on Chaos, it costs more money to build forts. He's got 1, 2, 3. He's got one here. And one here. That's like 5. Maybe he's killing another nation. He's getting a bunch of money from them. Hard to say. But we are going to not repeat that. We're going to recruit a default commander here once we hit this. Have him start building a fort as we move into here. I'm going to push his throne. The crystal throne would be nice for me. What about this throne? Maybe I should contest this one too, while the other 2 clean up the rest of the lizard men. Having 2 thrones would be nice. First I gotta check what kind of throne that is. But we'll worry about that later. So I'll see you later for turn 21.